What's up, guys? You know who it is. It's Current Ninja MMA. Go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for me, and comment any thoughts you have on the fights themselves, my bets, if you like them, you disagree with them, whatever you got. Anyway, got a last minute breakdown coming at you here. Just kind of busy, but that's not either here nor there. We're gonna get into the fights now. I'm not gonna break down the entire card. I'm only gonna break down a few that I feel like I have a decent read on, that I think would be good for some potential bets here. Now, the first damn fight of the card, I was like interested in this one. Zavala versus Blackstock. That's the first fight on the card, so at least, hey, that's nice to get a little bet on here. Then you just know, you can kind of see if the night's gonna go well or not. I mean, you know, it's just nice to have some action in as soon as, you know what I mean? That's just nice to have some action early on. Now, Zavala, I do like this guy. I feel like I've been pretty successful at calling his fights, knowing when he's gonna win, knowing when he's not. In general, I think I've been kind of, you know, pretty high on him. You know, he's getting better and better, but you know, if you watch tape on him, you know, we know his deal. You know what he's good at, you know what he's not good at. You know, primarily wants to kind of get decisions. You know, he's gonna either beat you by decision or lose a decision. He's a good grinder, mixes in the grappling with the striking there, but he's not really going out there and trying to finish you, unless, I mean, if you're just really, you know, you're not the highest level on the ground, then he may get a finish that way. But yeah, it was even odds with the minus 110 for both, but now I think Zavala is the minus 140 favorite, depending on your bookie, and while Blackstock is like the plus 120. And I do feel like my early takes, watching tape on Blackstock, is I should have got this out earlier. I've been talking about, like, since early in the week, like going back and researching this fight. You know, it's one of the first fights I was watching tape on, and I feel like Blackstock is the more dangerous of the two, going for subs more actively and seeming like the more physically imposing fighter. You know, and looking at weigh-ins, though, this is like, I remember I thought, oh, I'd have to look at weigh-ins, but looking at weigh-ins, I mean, looked fine. It was a good weight cut for Zavala, you know, and I mean, he looks, obviously, he's like, you know, good shape, thin, not overly muscled, you know, more, you know, good cardio guy. But yeah, I mean, it's not like it's crazy. I mean, they're the same height, you know, their stats reach up pretty well, but just, I do feel like I said, Blackstock's just more physically imposing, maybe stronger, but hey, you know, he is a bit big for the bantamweight division, as he was a champ in CFFC before getting called to be in the UFC. And still, I mean, one thing I want to bring up is fighters making their UFC debut can perform a bit lackluster. Another thing to note is Zavala has only lost to much bigger, dangerous fighters like Woodson, Choi, and, you know, Topuria. So, you know, I'm high on Topuria, everyone is. But, you know, I think, and by decision, mind you, I mean, we have to take that into consideration. He's not getting like obliterated by them. I mean, you know, he's losing them, but he hangs in there, right? If Zavala can defend the chokes, I see it being a grappling heavy match. You know, I think that's how it's mostly going to go there. I think, you know, as well as he doesn't have like the highest output, you know, only 2 point something, you know, something strikes per minute, as I remember. But yeah, he kind of mixed it in. He mixes it in well. You know, I remember if you go rewatch tape, Blackstock started out grappling against Josh Smith in CFFC, and his last fight before getting the call to the UFC, right? And he won by choke later in round 3. He seems to have, so after that fight and previous fights too, he kind of seems to have enough cardio to be able to grapple effectively for the first 2 rounds, and then he'll be conservative in the third until maybe he finds a choke opportunity. But that being said, it's hard not to think Zavala wins by decision. Potential props I have is, I'm thinking the overs, like over 1.5, over 2.5 also, if you want to get less juice on there. I think those hit. And you know, if you want to sprinkle on Blackstock by sub, just for like a little fun bet, you know what I mean, just don't go crazy on that, you know, nothing over a unit obviously, but you know, just like for a fun one. I mean, I feel like that's the way he's gonna do it. I mean, I don't know if it goes decision. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be surprised if it goes by decision. I think Zavala is young, you know, he's still improving, and he's been at this level. He's been in there against killers, you know. And I think Blackstock needs to prove himself. But like I said, that the debut as well, you know, debuting fighters, it's kind of tough to back him. So yeah, my pick, I got, you know, I was kind of back and forth. I don't know why. I liked what I saw from Blackstock. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does a split decision. I'm not too crazy about this, but I think picking either side, I am leaning Zavala now as time goes on. Now I think about it, I mean, you know. Well, like I said, Blackstock, I mean, he could maybe get sub. I think Zavala, you know, he's a good grappler. He could defend those chokes. You know, I could see it being a back and forth. And I think Zavala's cardio will hold up. So, yeah, if Blackstock's cardio does wane down in the third round, maybe he's desperate for a choke. I think Zavala will still be fresh. That time he'll be wise enough, he could get that third round by being the fresher fighter and just kind of getting on points. Just try to grapple a little bit. Strike grapples. Get some pressure against the cage. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he won decision. But anyway, yeah, that's my take on that one. Let's go another one here that's kind of interesting. So we got, of course, we got GM3 over here. We got Silva versus GM3. And if you see that, I remember I had on my Instagram, but on there they had the wrong Silva, man, like freaking bantamweight. I mean, that's like, that would have been like a lot more favorite matchup. Then okay, it'd be nice. It'd be like, okay, he could actually win that one pretty convincingly. But hey, look at GM3 versus Win, the huge size discrepancy, that huge size difference. GM3, I don't want to throw too much shade at this guy, talk too much shit, but he's an awkward fighter. He's a big dude who has a background in Taekwondo, but isn't particularly athletic to pull off those kind of kicks. Like he's no Wonder Boy, he's not no Thompson, man, Wonder Boy Thompson. He's so, I mean, you throw them out there, but it's just kind of when he's at range, it's kind of something to just kind of throw out there. I mean, I don't think he's going to be spinning back kicking anybody into the shadow realm, as they say, But I just feel like I don't want to be a dick to him, but he's like, he fights smaller guys maybe who don't have good defense. He get that sub. I mean, he's like I feel like in this matchup he's either sub or bust. But Silva I do feel like Silva finds his chin, and I don't. As long as Silva minds his P's and Q's, Silva can get hit too. But in those exchanges, when it gets a little wild, I think who's going to be the one to more likely to land the knockout punch? Obviously Silva, right? He's a little bit wild too, like I said. So if GM3 takes advantage of that, like maybe just pulls guard and tries to get a sub. Maybe if you want to, like I said, that's for fun though. That's just like a sprinkle on that GM3 by sub. That's just for fun. If you feel like you got a lot, if you got Silva in a parlay or something like that, and he's a last leg or something, what I mean? You gotta hedge accordingly. But that being said, I honestly just feel like that as more than a hedge. I would say that's just more of a fun bet, just for fun. But I think Silva inside the distance, or Silva's nice parlay piece. Fight doesn't go the distance, gotta happen, right? But yeah, I would say Silva by probably finds that chin, gets a KO. That's how I'm no hot takes on there, but that's how I've been feeling about it. And the Cruz fight too, I feel like I've been liking the overs for that too. As soon as that fight was called, I was like, oh, but I wasn't like, I don't know, maybe nervous. I was like, maybe Vera gets him, but just like we saw with Cruz when he fought, he's been doing well, man. Like at this stage in his career, you gotta root for him, man. You're rooting for him. I like Vera too. He's been one of the bantamweight division. It's like been pretty much my favorite division for a while now. And it's just like a Shark Tank, man. There's a little shark infested waters there. So I've been liking Vera as well. Like a lot, I'm a fan of his, but I do feel like it's just great. It's a great fight night main event, man. It's probably the one I've been most looking forward to this year. As far as the ones that's been announced that have actually gone to fruition, actually happened. It's just like I said. Vera has been improving a lot, and he's got the killer instinct. And Cruz is one of the GOATs, but you have to be concerned about his movement not being so effective against someone like Vera, especially at the stage of career. We worry about those injuries and stuff, but Munoz, when you saw against Munoz, like he was doing well, and then he got dropped, he got hurt by Munoz, and he was able to recover. He does have that good recovery, and he just able to output him. We all know the story. We all know about Cruz. Just it's tough. When I bet for him, vote for him, but I wouldn't put Cruz in my parlays really. That's more like he's an underdog already, so just take it on that. I was liking the overs for that. Unless Vera gets him out of the way, but I think Vera. I remember I talked about this on my Instagram. But I think Vera is a little bit in that first round. I think he's gonna, you'll see him. He gets outlanded a lot, and just like when he fought Rob Font, the look how he handled it really well. He was getting outlanded, but it's just that he's okay to fight in the fire, to endure that, to weather the storm, to be able to land his own. He'll take a few pot shots to land his own, more damaging. I like low kicks are there for him. Just like you got O'Malley out there that way. Low kicks are there for him. That nice front kick, that teep kick. Is there, and if he's on the ground, he'll land elbows. He likes to cut you up. He likes to just, he's a dog, man. He'll fight. He'll go in there, and he's shown his good cardio too. He'll fight all the way, all 5 rounds. He's in there. He's in it to win it. But Cruz has even mentioned that too. He broke him down in interviews, even when they're talking to each other. he's seen what he's done. He's seen what he's effective. He knows what to avoid. So I think Cruz should be smart. He should use his veteran skills to just get in there. Use that movement conservatively. You don't have to like move as much as well as you used to. Just enough to get out of the way. He likes to get swing back and forth. Get his head off center line to land a looping punch. If they're catches guys like that. And I think using the grappling too. I mean, I think Cheeto. He's not like this huge, a great he's not like really known for his wrestling really. I mean, on the ground he'll like to use elbows. Maybe he has some sneaky submission skills as well. But I don't think he's gonna sub Cruz. I think Cruz usually I do favor the wrestling. If someone's more kind of dominant position wrestling, I mean, it's not like he's gonna necessarily do that. But I do feel like Cruz can at least enter to get a takedown. When he's going off center like that, it would be really smart to do so just to get some points. And I think that's why the overs I'm kind of liking it, but. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to go to decision, though. I mean, I would be worried about that. I wouldn't be like just going, just bet over 4.5 or something like that. I wouldn't do that at all. I would do probably the opposite. If you ask me which one's going to go either over 4.5 or under 4.5, I would say under 4.5. But that being said, I still think the overs. I mean, it's going to start round 2. I think it goes away in third round too. So, guys, I like the overs for that. I think like these are those 3 fights. I'm liking those to kind of like maybe parlay if you can. What I said. Overs for some, right? Inside the distance for the the GM3 versus Silva fight. Silva by inside the distance. I'm liking those. I've been liking those since early in the week, but just rewatching tape and watching other fights, and I could have done more breakdowns for other fights too. But you know what? I don't want to just parlay and bet every single fight. I don't know. I would suggest to you guys to do that. So just let me know, guys. Like and subscribe. Like I said. Sorry I got a little long-winded there, but those are the 3 fights I'm really feeling confident about. And yeah, good luck to your bets. Peace.